Hey everyone, it's Greg, and it's another edition of Unbreakable the podcast. It is Saturday, May the whatever. It is May the 11th. How could I forget? May the 11th be with you, and also with you. Um, I just had a little time, so I thought I would stop you and say hello to everybody and just talk about a few things. Hey, how about that Aurora Borealis last, otherwise known as the Northern Lights? I tell you what, it looked really, really nice from the pictures. Of course, here in Pennsylvania, it was cloudy and it was drizzling and it was raining. So we saw nothing, you know. But I saw on social media, I saw some great pictures from people who actually saw it in their backyards and sitting on their deck watching, all pinks and purples and greens and they look pretty awesome. So if you were one of the lucky ones who got to see the Northern Lights last night, even if you lived the set, um, you were lucky. Look at the joke. I think it's happening again tonight, I believe Saturday night. But of course, it's beautiful out here right now in PA. The sun is out and puffy white clouds are being there and a very cool day. Nice. But of course, by tonight, and we want to see the friggin' Oriole Borealis, it's going to be cloudy again. So it's just our luck here, man. Oh, like this thing comes up at maybe once every 20 years, right? And it's got to be, maybe the next time it comes up, it'll be double 20 years. And I'll be dead. I don't know. Maybe I'll move to 110 and Vincent out there in Vincent, over in Jersey. Anyway, you know what happened? I got to, I was alive when Haley's Comet came out in the mid-80s, right? You never got Haley's Comet? You've heard about it, right? It's a comet that flies by the Earth every 75 years or so. And that was a big deal back in the 80s. We're all looking forward to it, because Haley's Comet, wow. The last time it came by our way was like 1912 or something, So I said, yeah, I can't wait to see how he's coming. And we all got ready for it, ready with the telescopes and everything. Oh, we're going to see this blazing fire, this comet streaking across the sky with the bright tail. It's like, oh, we tell our grandchildren this, and we can all document it. Of course, we didn't have smartphones back then, so we had to take pictures of what fashion, with a camera. And, it was like we were really looking forward to, guess what? The day that Bella's come to, it was cloudy. Why is it that every time something happens in the heavens, it's cloudy? I'll tell you what, just a couple weeks ago, we had that solar eclipse. Remember that? That solar eclipse. Well, people were traveling like miles and miles to see the solar eclipse. And they bought the special classes, and they were like, wow, this is life changing, This I'm changing my life now. I'm giving up cigarettes. I'm changing my life. I want to live. Guess what? It was cloudy. What the hell is with this cloudy stuff? Every single time we have a heavenly experience here, it's cloudy. So I don't know what's coming up next. I don't know if we're having a meteor shower thing like later in the year or whatever, right? I do know something though. Whatever's coming up next down the road, the spectacle that's going to take place across the sky, in a galaxy far, far away. It's going to be cloudy here. You could, damn, you could almost get on it. Anyway, so that's the sign up. Otherwise, I love living here. I love it. I love it. Our friend Coco, Loco Coco, as we call him, the master of disaster, the Mr. Twister, the terrifying terrier, is at school right now. And I told you guys, he's at puppy school. And I think it's doing good. I really do. I think it's doing good. He goes every Saturday in the morning, and they're teaching him sit, Coco, sit, focus, Coco, focus, punch, Coco, punch. The important things in life. And, who knows what you're going to teach him today. I think it's very good. He still rips and tears between my room, down the hall, to the living room, and back again in a matter of like 3.2 seconds. He does that. But I think he is getting better. He no longer jumps up with me when I'm sitting on my bed watching TV at night and starts gnawing on my arm like it's a hammer. He doesn't do that anymore, which is good. I appreciate that. Loco Coco. And how can I tell you? I did it for you because he's sitting right there on my desk. This is our Budster. There he is, the patron saint of this fine Unbreakable podcast, Tugman himself. There's the Tugman. And we love and miss our Bud. We do. I want to talk about sports a little bit. So if you want to turn off the friggin' podcast, you don't like sports, I don't see it. But I would stay if I were you, because I was on last night with the great Steve Trevelise on WIP Sports Radio, and it was like 3:30, 4:30. I called then because that's what he's on, right? If the guy was on like 8 o'clock at night, I'd call him at 8 o'clock at night. But he's only on overnights on Friday nights. So that's the only time I could call. Plus, I hate live news. I hate live news. So I think I told you this before, right? I hate it. And that was one of the things that I've been calling him since like 2008, maybe 2010, somewhere around there. And the one thing that held me back from calling this guy was my voice. I hate it. I just hate my voice. I hate it. And what's worse about it is I'll call the radio station, right? And I'll be on there talking sports and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, the next call came up. It said something like, well, I agree with that lady, Beatrice. And Steve was like, what lady? And there's something. The lady who was just on from Phoenix, and Steve goes, that wasn't a lady, that was Brad. Well, that makes me feel. I got it. Will be somehow, some way. But so I still speak. So knowing that I'm calling at 3:30 in the morning, and there's probably only like 10 people listening, that makes me feel better. But he gets calls even at 3:30 from all Texas, Washington State, California, because WIP is on the World Wide Web, so it's all over the planet. So chances are I'm on 3:30 talking to this guy, and maybe somebody like in Italy is listening. I mean, you never know, right? God forbid they are, because then they'll say, this is what the Americans will say, what that. Anyway, so I was talking to him about sports. And of course, first of all, talking about the Sixers, how much they stayed, how much, and one of his questions was, what could you do to improve the Sixers, right? And his thinking is the Jimmy Butler. It's, Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler are friends off the court. And Jimmy Butler, the Sixers need an attitude. They need somebody tough. They need a winner. And that's what I told him. I said, well, first of all, Jimmy Butler, I'm not so sure because he's older, he's 34, and he's going to want a long-term contract. And he really want to put a lot of guy who is injury prone anyway. And I don't know, the Sixers are in a tough spot. They're in like basketball perpetuity. You're not bad enough to get like a high draft that they're getting lottery. They're not good enough to win a championship. I mean, they can't even get out of the first round. So they're just there. They're just there, you know? So I don't know what to do. What I told them the Sixers need to do is they need to fire the general manager because you have to have, it all starts at the top. You have to develop a winning culture in that franchise. And the Sixers are so used to losing. Like years ago, they tanked. I can't believe a team actually lose on purpose. Can you believe that? That's stupid. It's just stupid. For all these people who are like process people that who love to tank and lose on purpose, you're nuts. And a lot of you were like these young, geeky guys who really don't know what the hell they're talking about. Here's the thing. You don't lose on purpose. You never do. People pay tickets to go to the games. They pay for parking. But you don't go to the games and take your time to watch them on TV, right? You buy the merchandise. You root for the team. So you're actually going to say, okay, I'm going to turn the Sixers on tonight to watch the Blues. And it's just stupid, right? Because it didn't work anywhere. Because you didn't have, you get high draft picks from losing, but you got to pick the right players. And unfortunately, the Sixers have not had people savvy enough in basketball, player evaluation, talent evaluation to pick them. And I said to Steve last night, you know, the first move I would make is get a new general because how can you trust him making a trade to improve the club? He hasn't done anything. How can you trust him of getting a first round draft pick and picking the right player? You can't. How can you trust him signing a free agent that's going to make a difference in the team? You can't. So until you get a competent general manager who will run the team and know what the hell it's doing, and someone who will develop a winning culture team. They're going to keep losing and losing and losing and losing. It's very simple. It starts at the top. So, that's the first thing I would do to help the Sixers. Otherwise, pray. I would pray really, really. I'm watching these playoffs now in the NBA. What great playoffs. Knicks and the Pacers. Oh my God. I was actually kind of for the Knicks. I hate to say that. I know, because I'm a Philadelphia fan, and it's evil to root for New York teams. But I like the Knicks because they have all these Villanova players, and I kind of wanted the Knicks to win. Well, I was on social media and this New York thing, I made a comment about the Knicks because I thought Indiana was going to win stuff. This was before the game because it's game 3. They're down 0-2. They're back in Indiana. They almost have to. And this New York fan came on and gave me a bunch of grief. Oh, you just don't like the Knicks. You guys are you. I said, first of all, don't insult me. I'm not an Indiana Pacers fan. I'm just telling it like it is. I think the Pacers are going to win too. Well, this fan, she was so obnoxious. She kind of turned me against the Knicks. So now I'm starting to root for the Pacers. I'm saying, go Pacers, go. Eat the evil Knicks. Pacers won last week. So it's 2-1. We'll see what they do tomorrow night. Here's the thing. The Sixers could have had all these Villanova kids. Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, and Jalen Brunson. They could have had them because they played right in the backyard of the Sixers at Villanova. These kids played hard, and they know how to play the game of basketball because they were taught how to play by Jay Wright, who was great coaching. Sixers could have had those guys. They actually had McKim Bridges, who also went to Villanova. They drafted him, and on draft night, they traded him to Phoenix for guys who weren't even in the league anymore. I mean, it's stupid, you know? So the Sixers don't know what the hell they're doing. That's the bottom line. So to see these Villanova kids up in New York playing really, really hard, you say, well, you know, Josh Hart, he could have been Sixers. Could have been. Well, but they don't have to do it. But when I watch these teams, and I watched the Nuggets come back and beat the Timberwolves, that was good. I said, wow, the Sixers are a long way away from just competing with these teams, you know, let alone playing for the championship. Man. So, you know, I think it's going to take a long, long time. I think it's going to be a long, long time to touch the ring. Look at that. Elton John. So, rest in peace, Sixers, for the simple. Meanwhile, the Phillies keep on keeping on. Best team in baseball, still 2 games ahead of Atlanta and National League East. They throttled hapless Miami Marlins down there. So I beat them up. Ranger Suarez, who I picked to be a Cy Young Award winner. They're 7-0. Great. They struck out 9, but 7 innings. So I think the Phillies not only did have a lot of talent, I admire how they tough focused them. This is something else I talked about with Steve last night. They're very focused. Last night was could have been a classic trap against the Phillies. A lot of times when you snap a long winning streak, like the Phillies had won 7 in a row and then lost when I was there on Wednesday, there's a tendency to let down a little bit and you lose the next game. Plus, the Phillies have been in Florida since Thursday. Now, I'm sure they were doing a little pool time down there, working on the cans, maybe sipping some margarita, maybe some Shirley Temples, who knows? So, you know, it would have been understandable if you would have said, oh, the Phillies thinking about the play, at least for the first half of the games. But no, they put the hammer down and they beat them, crushed them. That's what I like about this Phillies team. They're very focused, very businesslike. They know how to party, but they also know how to get the job done. And as I said last night, the Phillies are very determined and motivated because they've gotten so close the last couple of years. Being in the World Series and only a win away last year from being in the World Series, that I think they know what it takes to win, and I think they know what it's going to take to get over the hump to final and win a championship. So the Phillies just keep on keeping on. They've got a relatively soft schedule for maybe the next 3 weeks. And they play like hapless teams like the Marlins, and then they go down and play San Francisco again out there. When they come home and play the Mets, that's the Duncan. And the Cardinals, who stink, they've lost 7 in a row. And it's their teams, you know. So the Phillies get kind of, their record is 27-12, I think. They get sort of stockpiled wins now because, you know, they need a little cushion later in the season when they start playing Dodgers and the Braves again and some better teams in the schedule. You know? So, but until then, I mean, the Phillies just keep cruising along, right? And you gotta love it. You gotta love it because us Philadelphia fans, we have gone through our share of heartburn, that heartache, crying, and teams letting you down and everything. And now it's really nice to have the best team in baseball in our city. And they make up for the stinky Sixers. There you go. So that was about it. That's all I talked about. I didn't have time to talk about the Eagles. Of course, Steve is a big Beatles fan. So a lot of times when I'm home, we'll talk music, we'll talk Beatles, what's going on with the Beatles. And really what's going on now is the Let It Be documentary, Let It Be film that they originally made back in the early 70s. That is streaming on Disney Plus. So you've got that film, and then you've had the Peter Jackson documentary film that was film that came out last year, and all kinds of Peters. Yep. Every year there's something new, and it's just good. What I'm looking forward to, like we said, they're filming us 4 movies, 4 of them, that are supposed to come out 2026. Each movie is about each Beatle. One movie focusing on Paul, George, John, from different perspectives, how their careers were. Fascinating stuff. I'm wondering who's going to play the Beatles. I'm wondering what the stories, the different angles they're going to take, It's fascinating. All by the same director. I can't wait. Can't wait for those movies to come. So it's going to be a lot. Speaking of which, speaking of British invasion music, which I love, love, going to see Peter Noon tonight in Lancaster. Now, Peter Noon, he was Herman of Herman's Hermits. I'm Henry the 8th, I am Henry the 8th, I am on one. See it. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before, and everyone wants a Henry. Henry, see it. She wouldn't want a Willie or a Seth. No, Seth. I'm a 8th old man, I'm Henry. Henry the 8th, I am. Second verse, same as the first. So we're going to go see him. We've seen him a few times, and he's always a lot of fun. A lot of fun. If he ever comes around here, wherever you are right now, watching me, or listening to me, go and see him. He's a lot of fun. And so we're going to go see him tonight. Little fun time for Mother's Day, huh? Guess what? I don't know why I'm whispering, because nobody's home other than Keith. And it's not like just through my channels, because I have like 51 subscribers, and hopefully you're all watching. But who knows who has probably watching? Probably not a lot. Probably, I'm just saying, knowing what kind of show it is. But, I wrapped a few gifts from the doors. Yeah. Whenever I have to wrap gifts, it's a big thing. It is sad. Oh God, it's sad. Because I can't wrap with a damn. That's the one thing in my life I can never able to do. I'm a decent writer. I'm a decent artist. I'm decent when it comes to music, as you just heard. Certain things I'm decent at doing. But as far as wrapping gifts, I suck. I stink. I suck. I admit it myself. There's always extra Scotch tape on it, like pounds of Scotch tape. There's always paper hanging off the end of the package, There's paper catched up, like maybe I have the paper not pulled so far to one end, so you've got the little hole there, which showing the box. So you got to get a piece of other paper and sort of like catch it on there, It happens. It happens all the time. So I'm not the best when it comes to wrapping gifts, I think. Thank God for gift bags. That's all I gotta say. But I like to wrap sometimes because it looks nice. And you put a little bow on there and you're good to go. You know who I love? I love these little old ladies who hang out at the mall. And they're there with the little cartoons, maybe around Christmas time. And they're saying, well, wrap your gifts for free. That's all, guess that's all they have to do. Maybe instead of going bingo or cleaning the house, they're there or baking cookies. They're there in the mall, God bless them, and they're wrapping gifts for people for free. I love those names because, first of all, I admire their talent. I admire the fact that they can wrap these gifts and just do it really quick and it looks really professional and really nice. I would take 10 years to have wrapped. So I love the pick those ladies. And so, you know, if you ever see them hanging around the mall, just go up to them and maybe give them a quarter. Just say, here, I appreciate you. I really do. That's remarkable what they do. Don't die, hang around. Yeah, somebody's got to wrap these gifts. I'm just saying. Sorry. So that's done. I got the gifts wrapped. I wrote out the card. I got the dogs together with Coco and Katie. They always, since they don't have thumbs, they can't hold a pen to write what the books. Okay, so they tell me what to write, and I transcribe it. And I even wrote a little bit for Bud because Bud's still on parts. And a little message from heaven saying, the food is good up here, but I miss you. Now, happy Mother's Day. So, anyway, so that's happening. So, we'll go to see Herman's Hermits tonight. It'll be a lot of fun. And tomorrow's supposed to suck because it's going to be rainy all day, cloudy. And of course, we're not seeing we're getting dark and only bored house, that's for sure. Okay. So, you know, but otherwise, I think it's going to be good. Now, I'll probably be back on Monday, probably because there might be some more stuff to follow. Okay. And we like having fun with you. I do have to go. Now, get this, check this out before I go. Because I tell you, you know, me and you, it's just like we're sitting on the back deck, having a drink. Here. Cheers. This is water, guys. I use flavoring there. This is kind of spiking a little, but it's water. Hey, have you noticed how I say water? That's a typical Philadelphia. A typical Philadelphia. Now, my brother was in Australia. And he was over yesterday, and he showed us some pictures of his trip. And that's fine. And, you know, he was down Australia for 3 weeks, and there is a lot of water there. Well, he's showing us these pictures. And he said, and as you can see, there's more water there. And water here and water there. He saw the Great Barrier Reef, by the way, which is kind of cool. And water here and water there. And I'm thinking, wow, well, I wonder what those Australians thought of your accent. Water, water, water. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? I do. Anyway, so Monday, that's what it's Monday. Guess what I'm doing? No, you're wrong. I'm going into having another infusion, not for my bones this time. You know, a couple of weeks ago, they shot me up with this juice that's supposed to make your bones stronger and stuff, so they wouldn't break all the time, like mine have a tendency to do. Now, this time, they're shooting me up again. And this time, they're putting more iron, get that iron in my blood, because apparently they did some blood work and I'm anemic, you know? And so their solution is, all right, we're going to pump you up with some, and then you should be feeling happy. You should be ready to go. But, you know, they're going to put iron in my blood. am I gonna be like a big magnet or something? Like everything I go by would stick to? This, I don't know. But hey, what the hell? It's good to go, right? So they're gonna pump me with iron, and I'll be good to go. Iron Man, Iron Man, Robert Downey. You're looking at it right here. Iron Man, Iron Man. All right, so that's what I'll be doing Thursday, Monday morning. If I have a chance, I'll check blood and say hello to everybody. And I hope you guys have a great Saturday and fun Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. God bless you. All the grandmothers, all the moms, everybody out there. Have a great time. I wish I had my mom. Tell you what, Mother's Day was always a big deal here. And I used to get her the same thing every freaking Mother's Day. I maybe some flowers once in a while. This is what she liked. This is what she liked. Don't criticize me. Sometimes I'd get her flowers. Most of the time, she wanted a box of Whitman samples. That was her favorite thing. Now you may be saying, "Well, Greg, that's really cheap. What the hell?" And I agree. It's no Godiva. But here's the deal. She loved the Whitman samples. And because, you open the flap and you see the candy on the inside of the box, and you can pick it. That way, you don't get stuck with the company, which is so I would get her a box of Whitman samplers and give her a card with $100 or so. Maybe a crisp $100. And that was for bingo, because she loved her bingo. And that was the Mother's Day poster, right? Hey. Or we'd go out to eat, right? So she doesn't have to. So, I miss that. I miss that. She's been born 11 years. So this is the 11th Mother's Day. Without her. Yeah. So appreciate your mom or your grandmom out there. And savor those moments, okay? Because they don't last. They won't last. As I say. So everybody have a great Mother's Day, okay? Take care. And I'll see you soon. Hopefully Monday. If I survive hard. Peace and love. Katie's too much of a diva, or else she would have been in here with me. The Coco's at school. So peace and love from the dorms. See y'all later. Take it. Now, in order to turn this thing off, I gotta put my glasses because I can't see where they're there. This is what happens when you get old. And I'm like 182 now. So I gotta see where the end, but oh, here it is. Okay, I got it. Okay, bye.